Alright, welcome back. What we wanted to do this time is just basically get on the road and find our way up to the ancient vault to the Alchemist, and it looks at this stage like we need to head this way up the pathway. And wherever we can, if we can get that on the road buff, it's always a handy thing. Now I'm going to be needing some more arrows, so I will chop down a few little trees along the way. I'll leave that honey where it is, it's fine. Don't really need it. Alright, so it looks like we've got a fork in the road here. Possibly this way. Let's see where it gets us to. Here's some wolves close by. Don't worry about looting him either. So we do need to do just a tiny little bit of stopping along the way. Alright, location above. So all we need to do now is find our way. Oh, there it is up there. We can see it. See if we can get there this way. Possibly. Would seem so. So where that path split just before, that's probably where we could have gone the other way and made our way up. It's fine, we've got enough. Alright, and here we are for the ancient vault for the Alchemist. And as expected, it's protected. We've only got level 3 enemies and we kind of snuck up on that fella, luckily. Looks like there's some sort of camp over there to the right hand side as well. And as we mentioned earlier as well, you can do this, and if you want to sneak, you can sneak attack enemies. So yes, we would have come up that pathway here and entered the vault grounds this way. Now, you would have noticed as well the mud getting on my legs when I walk through the mud. And you would have seen that that slowed me down. So that's something to be aware of as well. You can see I can't run, well I can run, but I run very slowly as opposed to my normal running speed. There we go, we've now got our unlock point sorted out. Assume there'll be a couple of enemies up here. Alright, managed to sneak up on that fella, that was good. Hey buddy! So as you would have seen many times, the element of surprise is a very helpful thing in this. And we've got a little wooden chest here. Potion will come in handy. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's too much really exciting out here in the way of loot. And it's also night time, so So we're not going to hang around outside here just to get wood, because it's something that's not really that important. You can get it pretty much everywhere, so just make sure we take care of the last remaining enemies in here. What I'll do now, seeing I've found a bed, is I'll just do a quick sleep. Something which is a very handy mechanic in this game, most definitely. See, top right hand corner, the night speed goes past really fast. I'm not sure if we've covered that in the past or not, but... And there's a little ladder up here as well. Up top, wooden chest, fantastic. Ooh, some nice fireballs there. Alright. And that looks like it there for that. And in terms of the external of the building, there's nothing else really in here. So, what's in store here? Let's head off to the right to start with. As always with all of these locations that possibly have puzzles in them, make sure you're always looking up. Make sure there's no buttons or anything anywhere. Alright, so we've got only a couple of enemies in here. Always try and keep an eye out rather than just flat out looting. And you'll notice there that's a spring trap, so if you land on that, it takes a bit of your endurance away from you. So we can see below us there we've got some red lava looking stuff. That'll sap the life out of us if we end up in that as well. And taking a look over this side here, nothing too exciting. And we also have the other entry that we were going to come in there, so pretty much right to proceed from here. Now at this stage I think we'll go up first, take a look up there. So seeing all the while if we can find any buttons or anything in the vicinity, or grapple points. Right there, there's one. Alright, and look at that. And with a quick double jump or a glide, you can head over to this room, grab yourself a silver chest, masterful mace. Now at this stage it is quite difficult and quite annoying looting in the temples and fast travel temples with just a pickaxe or an axe. The best bet's generally the scrappy pickaxe, and it's a little bit annoying. It takes a lot of hits, but later on we will get a chance to upgrade our pickaxe, so never fear. Now I probably should have crafted myself a torch. That's fine. I think we're all good. Right, what have we got up here? Oh, okay, looks like that's the temple in there. So before we go all gung-ho in there, let's check that there's nothing else over here on this side. Any hidden rooms on this side? Nope, no latch points or anything there. Alright, so it looks like we can proceed up here. And as usual, it's always handy not to go gung-ho because there are enemies guarding all over the place. So you can get caught up in a big hurry at times. So what have we got up here? Anything exciting? Alchemist Location. Not seeing any grapple points, not seeing any triggers. So it looks at this stage like the Alchemist Location doesn't require any unlocking, or doesn't seem like there's anything else in terms of unlockables in this zone. And now we'll awaken the Survivor. Alright, and you see we've now got some new recipes and locations that have been added. So on the map there, we've now got a new waypoint that's been added up north from where we are, and it's pretty handy that we've put our base location where we have down here. And also at this waypoint up here, we're wondering maybe that's another survivor as well. Not too sure, we'll have to take a look. And previously we already had a bit of a scout over in this region over here, which I did offline myself, just so that I could flag the ancient vault of the hunter here. We haven't actually gone over online as yet to check this out, but we will do in the future. The other location that's been added, you'll see, is in the far northeast of the map, and it's a place called Imperial Gardens. And you can see there's red shrouds surrounding it all, so it looks like we may not get a chance to get there for quite a while, and we may need to be a little bit more leveled up before we do so. Alright, well now that we've freed the Alchemist, I think what we'll do is head on downstairs. Just double check that there's nothing else for us to do in this region here and in this zone. Make sure there's no more unlockable areas or any chests that we possibly missed. And if there's any more looting to be done outside. Just taking a look down over this side here. Doesn't look like there's anything we missed here either. So I think we've pretty much got this area here covered. And you can see there's our church down there. What we could do possibly is, as we were discussing just a moment ago when we saw it, is taking a look at this little zone just here. Anytime you do come across these little enemy encampments, the first and most important thing you need to sort of do is find a way to get to some high ground on them, and if you can, take down the people who are guarding the camp if you can by surprise. So you can see that's why they've put these bushes here, so that you can stealth attack, because there's quite a few enemies here. So at this stage, even though we didn't even hide, we still have the element of surprise on our side. And the fella up there hasn't even seen us yet either, so we can probably go through and surprise him. Now, the other thing about these little encampments, and it's quite a handy thing as well, you'll see here there's a little table, steel table. You can repair all of your equipment at those, which is pretty damn handy. And in here we've got a silver chest, You don't really need a crackling wand. I've already taken a couple of those apart, but books are always handy. And keep that in mind as well. Within these encampments, there's always a lot of loot in them. The other thing you will find in these encampments as well, that's sometimes a little bit hidden, is if you look on the ground here, you'll sometimes find little piles of rubble, similar to that there. And they look like they have things buried underneath them, and sometimes they do. At all stages throughout this game, it's a good opportunity for you wherever you can just to sort of just have a play around, just dig, mess around wherever you can, try and get a lot of exploration done and see what you can find. So for example here, there's a big patch of dirt beneath this tree, and look at that. See what happens when you have a quick look at stuff. We've now got some healing charges, which is pretty handy. Now the other thing you can do for this survivor, to rescue the survivor, you can actually make your way up to this area here as an alternate way of getting to the survivor themselves. So you can head to here, head up this wall, grab onto that grapple point, do a little bit of looting out here, grab that chest. You can also scope. You'll also be able to take down the few enemies that are in this little encampment here, grab the silver chest. You can also then scope out what's happening over there where we needed to rescue the survivor from. So it's just another little indicator to sort of let you know wherever you can, make sure you scope things out, always get the high ground, and things like that really do come in handy as a way of playing the game and as a habit to get into when you play the game in general. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for us for this episode. Next time what we're going to do is head on back to home base, which is just down the road here, so it's not too far. But what we'll do is, we mentioned we'll take a look at this Egerton salt mines, so that's what we'll get up to next time. We'll take a look there and see what's available for us within that area and see if there's any cool stuff we can find there. Alright, well, once again, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate that, and we'll see you next time on Glitch Gaming.